It's currently raining outside. It's gloomy. I've got a candle lit. I've got essential oils burning. I've got a cup of relax tea. It's called relax tea. That has got an adorable little pusscat on it. And look at that steam. And I've got a stack of books next to me that I am ready to yap about. Let's just say I am pretty content right now, and I am feeling it. Hello my lovelies, I hope you're all doing well. I thought it was about time I did a reading wrap up. The 13 books I'm about to chat about are the books that I read since the summer. I don't think I've done like a big reading wrap up since like the start of summer last year, because I'm, you guessed it, a slow reader. I don't feel like I need to do monthly wrap ups because I kind of talk about the books in my reading vlogs, and because I don't read over like 4 books a month, I just don't feel the need to do monthly wrap-ups. I just think they'd be a bit pointless. So I kind of let them stack up a little bit until I can get a decent video out of them, which is what I've done. So these are the books that I've read during the summer, autumn, and then I say the winter, we've still got like a whole season, a whole month left of winter, but I just thought I'd include these as well. So I think we should just get straight into it. I am going to do this in the order that I read them, but when it comes to my rating, I can't remember exactly what I would have rated them either on my Instagram or on like my Goodreads or Fable, so I'm just going to kind of talk about how I remember feeling and how I feel about them now, and I'll just put on the screen like my overall star rating. But that being said, let's just get straight into it. So the first book that I finished in the summer last year was Funny Story by Emily Henry. Now this was my second Emily Henry, and I can definitely say that I enjoyed this a lot more than Book Lovers. Book Lovers is the only other Emily Henry that I have read. Funny Story I enjoyed a lot more. I enjoyed this story a lot more. From what I remember, I really liked how our two characters' stories came together. It was a very messy situation for our characters, and they made the best out of a bad situation. And I just really liked how their relationship formed and grew. I remember really liking our main character Daphne. I feel like I remember really relating to her a lot as well, and I also really liked our love interest, I forgot his name, Miles. I also remember really liking Emily Henry's writing style. I understand why she is such a beloved author and why so many people love her books. I remember definitely reading moments in this book and kind of feeling a little bit like, oof, that got me. But admittedly, I don't remember loads beyond that. I just remember enjoying myself and having a good time. This book definitely kind of put a bit of faith back into Emily Henry for me, but whether or not, like, I'm not jumping at her books. I do think I might continue with her books, but I'm not, you know, rushing to the bookstore to get them. I feel like I realised that when it comes to this kind of romance, I think I'll read it once and probably not again. So I think these are the type of books I'm going to go to my library for. So I think in the future, Emily Henry may be a library author for me, but really enjoyed this book. Highly recommend it if you do like contemporary romance with humour. I do remember finding this book quite funny. I remember giggling while reading this book. The more I think about it, I do remember really liking it, and I was so happy with how it ended as well. I was really, really, really happy with how it ended. Really enjoyed it. It was a really good summer read as well. Next, we have The Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzon. Okay. I loved this book. I really, 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 really loved this book, and I cannot wait to read Monsoon Rising, which is the next book in the series, and I do have it. Where is it? It's just out of shot. It's just there. If you didn't know, I think I did do a reading vlog. I do a reading vlog for most of these, but anyway, this, as you can see, because I'm speaking faster, is because I loved this book so much. This originally, I believe, was a Reylo fan fiction. Okay, I love Reylo. I love Star Wars. I was born and raised on Star Wars. I love it, and I love Reylo. I love Kylo Ren. I love Rey. Together, separately, their story arc, I just love it, love it, love it. So when I started reading this, and you can definitely see where their influence comes into this book and into this story and into these characters. However, this book is so much more. It's so much more. It's so much more. When I say I want a plot alongside my romance in a fantasy, yes, 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 thank you very much, yes. I loved the plot of this book, and even though it wasn't groundbreaking, right? The plot of this book isn't groundbreaking, but the way it was written, the way the author just, I don't know, kept me intrigued the whole time, and the magic system in this book, I was so invested in the light and the dark magic that's in this book. And it's not just that, so the magic is divided into the elements. Essentially, with this book, I didn't actually say what Funny Story was about. Should I do that? Hang on, let me do that really quickly. If you didn't know, this follows our main character Daphne, who I believe, if I remember correctly, she's a librarian. The premise of this story is she moves in with Miles, who is the ex-boyfriend of her now ex-fiance's new fiance. Yeah, it is as messy as it sounds. So it's fake dating. Daphne's fiance breaks up with her for Petra, right? You with me? Petra has then broken up with her now ex-boyfriend, Miles. Peter, who is the ex-fiance, and Petra get engaged, right? They invite Daphne and Miles to the wedding. Daphne and Miles move in together because Daphne essentially gets kicked out of the house that she was living in with Peter. She moves in with Miles and they start fake dating. Yeah. I think I got that right. It's messy, but it's great. I had a really fun time. Okay, back to the Hurricane Wars. What is the Hurricane Wars about? Let me try and explain it to you without having some sort of emotional breakdown. We are following our main gal, Taliesin. So Taliesin is our Rey in this situation, and Alaric is our Kylo Ren. As you could probably guess, there is a war going on, and Taliesin is a fighter for... They're fighting against the Night Empire, who Alaric is the prince of. Alaric is the prince of the Night Empire, and the Night Empire are trying to basically conquer the land, and Taliesin is part of the rebellion fighting against the Night Empire. Within this world, we have got different... They're called... Are they wielders? Or are they weavers? Did I say weavers or wielders? Weavers? Basically, there are the people in this world can control magic, but the magic is done by elements. So you've got your fire, your water, your earth, your air, but you also have dark and light. And it is believed that the dark completely eradicated the light weavers. Also, we thought, no. Our girl Taliesin, she is a light weaver. This is not a spoiler. I'm pretty sure it says it on the back. We literally find out in the prologue. She is a light weaver. This is not a spoiler. And due to this fact, and due to this information coming to light, an arranged marriage is made between Taliesin and Alaric in the hopes of forming some sort of political truce between the shadow wielders or weavers and the light weavers, the Dark Empire and the rebellion. But there's so much more to it than that. The plotting that is going on behind the scenes in this book, and this is for my Star Wars girlies, right? Obviously, but the cleverness of Star Wars, why we love it so much. Thea has been able to embody that in this book so beautifully, with that wonderful romanticy sprinkle, right? The romance this is what I want from a romantasy. I don't even think I would call this a romantasy. I feel like the fantasy political plot it holds the book on its own, and the romance in it, oh, it's so good. It's so good. The like enemies to lovers, top notch. It's top notch. I love it. I love it. I might even reread this before going on to A Monsoon Rising because, oh my god, it's so good. The build up, the tension. Oh, it's so good. Just thinking about it is so I loved it. I loved it so much. Yeah, if you feel like you're getting frustrated with the romantasy genre because of how copy and pasty it feels, give the Hurricane Wars a try. I cannot wait to pick up A Monsoon Rising. I'm actually sad with how small the book is. But this is a trilogy. I'm not too sure when the third one is being released, if that's even been announced yet. Yeah. This book has also kind of convinced me to possibly give published fan fiction a go. I know there's been quite a bit of Dramini love in the publishing world, and yes, I was a Dramini girl, okay? Like, are we surprised? Not really, but I loved this. I know I keep saying it, but I really, really did, and I also adored the writing style. I think the way that Thea, I'm gonna say Thea, I hope that's correct. The way that Thea created this world so beautifully, and I could just picture it so well. I don't know if that's to do with the fact that this is based off Star Wars and Kylo Ren and Rey's story, so I can see the inspiration for this book. I can see where she got it from. But to me, that just added to it. That added to my love for this book. And the way this book ended, I just can't wait to pick up the next one. But I need to put this down. I've literally been rabbiting on for 17 and a half minutes, and I've spoken about 2 books, and I've got 11 more to talk about. I need to get a move on. Okay, next we've got ourselves another political fantasy, Fathom Folk by Eliza Chan. Reflecting on this book, really enjoyed it. Not as much as I enjoyed the Hurricane Wars. I did a whole reading vlog about this book where I really go into my thoughts and feelings, especially about the fact that I totally misinterpreted what this book was going to be because of the cover. But then again, and again I say this in the reading vlog, if I really looked at the cover, I would have realised that our 2 main characters are on the front and they're both female. But I just assumed this was going to be a romantasy. I just assumed from the cover. I also didn't realise that Nami is a female Japanese name. I just didn't know that until I did look it up. Again, this is stuff I do talk about in the reading vlog. This is a political fantasy based off Middle Eastern mythology, or it's Southeast Asian inspired. And reflecting on it now, I am really looking forward to Tideborn, which is the next book in this. I believe this is a duet. Yeah, this is a duet. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's a duology. The Drowned World duology. I remember feeling there were moments when I was reading it and I kind of felt like I was semi-forcing myself to get through the book. But I also then remembered parts of this book being so engaging and I was so intrigued by it. But it also opened my eyes a lot to my privilege, to the fact that there is so much politically going on in the world right now, and the fact that, one, I am not actively experiencing similar circumstances to what our characters in this book are experiencing, but the fact that I have the privilege to essentially turn a blind eye. This book really opened my eyes to that, and the fact that even just educating myself on the events of the world and what is happening, that in itself means I can have more in-depth and informed conversations, which I couldn't have before. So this book actually had quite a significant impact on me. Despite it maybe not being written perfectly, I really do think the impact the author wanted to have, it happened to me. So I'm definitely going to be picking up the next book, and I'm definitely intrigued by this author. I think this is her debut. yes, this is her debut, so I will be looking out for future works by her, because her words really sat with me, and I think because it was set in a fantasy setting as well, and not a big chunky, like, this is such an easy digestible book, it was just so accessible. I think this was a really accessible way for me to be exposed to that is happening in our world today. But I also think if you're looking for a good political fantasy, this is also a really great book to pick up. I really do think more people need to read this book. And don't look at the reviews. Okay, next is a DNF. This is crazy because I actually forgot I was reading this book. This was an accidental DNF. I didn't intentionally DNF it, I just stopped reading it. I even tried listening it to the audiobook to try and like help me get on with it. And admittedly, the audiobook I did enjoy more than the physical, so maybe if you're going to pick this up, I would recommend audiobooking it, because there were multiple narrators for the different characters, and with how the book is written, it just translated well as an audiobook. But that is A Letter to the Luminous Deep by Sylvie Catherall. Now, I originally picked this up because it was very much giving Emily Wilde's vibes, and that's because it was like light academia setting, and the way it's written, so Emily Wilde's is written as like diary entries, these are written as letters and correspondence between our characters. So I really thought I was going to love this book, and honestly, it was really boring. I just found it so boring, and the plot was so intriguing, but it dragged. I honestly think I got like 50% of the way through and I still felt like nothing was really happening, which is such a shame because I feel like this book has such potential, and I do think there is a certain kind of market for this book, but I just felt like I was dragging myself to get through it. Whether or not I'll try and maybe give the audiobook another go, I don't know. But I just sadly just was not into this. And there is a second book. This is, I think, another duology. I'm really gutted that I didn't get on with this book as much as I wanted to, because it has all the elements of a book that I love. Light academia, romance, friendship, LGBTQ representation, adventure, mystery. It has it all in there, but it just didn't hit the mark. It says A Letter to the Luminous Deep is a charming and cozy fantasy set in an underwater world with magical academia and a heartwarming pen pal romance. See, that sentence alone, that's what sold it to me. I don't know, it just, maybe I'll try, maybe this will be a soft DNF and I might try and pick it up again, but it just wasn't working for me last year, unfortunately. Okay, the next two books, hang on, I need to take a minute. These next two books shook me, so I'm just gonna need to take a minute and sip my tea. I need to prepare myself. So firstly, we have Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. The hype is warranted, okay? Please believe me. I am someone who, when a book is hyped, I avoid it like the plague. I genuinely don't want it in my vicinity until the hype has died down, which is exactly what I did with this book. This book was phenomenal. It was so good. It was a fever dream in the best way possible. I'm not going to tell you anything about this book because that's how I went into it, and that is how everybody recommends going into this book, and I agree wholeheartedly. All I'm going to say is that just please read this book. It's not big at all. It's written in the form of a diary. It's diary entries. It's easy to digest. It's magical. It's mysterious. The plot unravels itself beautifully. The writing is genius. The characters are so layered and have so much depth. That's all I'm going to say. If you haven't read Piranesi, please read Piranesi. Next, we have Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. This, alongside Piranesi and and the hurricane wars, I would say this was one of my favourite books of 2025. This book floored me. I adored this book so much, and the fact that Delia Owens hasn't written another book in this same genre, because she's written non-fictions, but this is her only fiction book, and I need more right now. We follow our main character Kaya, also referenced as the Marsh Girl, and we follow her story from when she is a child all the way up to adulthood, and it's set in the 60s. How her family life and her family dynamics have affected her, and essentially how she's had to raise herself in the marsh. It talks about classism and racism and sexism during that time, but it also, because Delia Owens, she is a biologist, specifically an ecologist, I think. She's a wildlife scientist, basically. So she has a vast amount of knowledge on wildlife and the environment, and the way that knowledge is intricately woven into this story is beautiful. It's done so well, and this book is a hodgepodge of genres. It's a love letter to nature, firstly, and it's also then a woman's coming of age story alongside a murder mystery. It's so clever. This book is so clever. Oh, if you want to see my reactions, please check out the reading vlog that I did, but I was just left gobsmacked by the end of this book, like jaw to the floor. It was one of those books where I just had to take a minute after reading it and just try and process how I was feeling, because it just floored me. It floored me. I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea. Some people really didn't like this book, but I loved it. And if you have any recommendations that is similar to this, please let me know, because I just devoured this. I loved it. It was amazing. I'm going to be talking about this book for years and years and years. I will be rereading it. I just fell head over heels. My heart goes out to Kaya and her story, and like the relationships that she builds within her life and the people that she meets and the way she holds herself as a person, as a child and then as a woman. Oh, I might start crying if I keep talking about this book, so I'm gonna put it down, but I think this was my favourite book of 2025. And I'm actually too scared to watch the movie. My sister said that the adaptation is actually very good, but I'm just so scared. I'm so scared to watch the movie. But moving on, we then have Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. This book was fine. I enjoyed it. I had fun, but it hasn't stuck with me. You know, I didn't think the writing was amazing. Like, it was fine, it was good, it was an easy read. I just think this is one of those books, it's a classic cozy fantasy where if you just need a book that doesn't take a lot of brain power and you just want a fun kind of side plot of romance, witchy, light-hearted, the stakes aren't too high kind of story, this is a good book to reach for. I enjoyed it. I honestly don't have much to say about it. Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad that I read it. I might pick up more of her work in the future, but I love me a cozy fantasy. This definitely falls into that genre. I just feel like I've read better. Okay, now we're starting to get into the more of our darker reads. Next, we have The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This is the first book in the Crowns of Nyaxia book series and the first book in the Nightborn duet. I do explain in a reading vlog the whole Crown of Nyaxia, like the way the books are laid out and stuff, but essentially this is the first book in the whole series. The series is broken up into duets. This is the first book of the first duet. I am currently reading the second book in the duet, which is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I have also read the first novella, Six Scorched Roses. But anyway, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I wrote a full review of this on my Instagram. I enjoyed this book. I enjoyed it a lot. It just felt very copy and paste of the romantasy genre. I wasn't overly invested massively in our main character Aurea, and then our main male character Rain. Like, I enjoyed them as characters and then as, I guess, a couple. I was more interested in the world rather than the story. So we follow our main character Aurea, who is the princess, I guess, to the Vampire King, but she is a human. She was, I guess, rescued by the Vampire King when she was a child, when her family and house and town were attacked. He decided to save her, and he has raised her ever since as his own. And he has been training her to, one, survive in a world of vampires, but to also prepare her to enter the Kajari, which is this tournament that happens every year. Is it every year? Or is it every I don't know. This tournament, I can't quite remember, but the Kajari happens where a bunch of vampires and her enter, and if you win the whole tournament, you get one wish from the goddess Nyaxia, who is the creator of all vampires. She enters the Kajari. We meet Rain, who is our love interest, and the story unravels from there. This is your stereotypical romantasy. It's your stereotypical tournament, Hunger Games-esque style tournament as well. Fighting to kill, but each... what are they called? Rounds? Not rounds, there's a word. Challenges. Okay, thank you. There are different challenges that you also have to complete within the tournament, and obviously as the tournament plays on, the challenges get harder. It's very predictable in that sense. I also struggled with the age of our character Aurea. The way she's referenced to as a girl by her father, but she's in her 20s. And also the way she acts and speaks, like, it felt like I should have been reading a YA, but what was happening was not YA content. This is not a YA book, but she felt like a YA character, so I really struggled with that a little bit. All that being said, the world that Carissa Broadbent has created, I'm fascinated by. I am so intrigued by the monarchy and by the ethereal gods and goddesses in this world. I want more of that. That is what I want more of. The lore of this world I'm so fascinated by. The tournament story was fun, it was fast paced and I enjoyed it, but now, especially now that I'm reading the second book and we're getting more of that kind of political lore and backstory and stuff, that is what I enjoy more in a fantasy, I think I'm coming to realise, rather than this tournament fight for survival style fantasy. I think this is a really good starting book as well. I think it sets up the series really well. Love our characters, our side characters. I think you can tell a book is good if you also love the side characters. Yeah, I do think the way this book also ended, you do just want to jump straight into the next book. Please read the novella. I mean, it's not mandatory, but I highly recommend reading the novella before starting the second book in this duet. I'm really happy that I picked this up. One of my friends, Mia, she loves this series so much, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more that I'm reading the second book, but the first book I enjoyed. It was a good first book to the series. Okay. I feel like the last few books I've read have been great, because we are now getting into the books that I read at the end of 2025 and the start of 2026. So this next book, A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Saft. Loved. We have got ourselves some more academia. Yes. Would I class this as dark academia? I guess so. I guess this is kind of dark. Oh, is it? I don't know. We've got an academic setting, fantasy academic setting. We've got rivals to lovers, it's sapphic, it's a murder mystery, it's adventure, there's lore. If you saw my wrap up that I did for like the start of last year, I would have spoken about Voyage of the Damned, one of my favourite books of last year as well. Freaking loved that book. It was amazing. And it's a very similar premise. So like you've got a group of I say misfits. They're not really misfits, but you've got a cast of characters that are all very different, and they're all very individual, forced together, forced proximity on a ship, and a murder occurs, and they're trying to figure out what's happened, who the murderer is, while also going on a voyage of some kind. So it's just, I loved Voyage of the Damned is great. A Dark and Drowning Tide is a very similar premise, but the story is very different as well. I loved our main characters, our two main characters, Lorelai and Sylvia. So Lorelai is our main character that we're following, and this book is in her point of view. So we're following Lorelai. She is iconic. She is iconic. I loved her very dark and dry personality. She's so clever and smart. She is representing the kind of lower class of the lower society of this world. She is the stereotype. She is the classic, the lower class student that was able to get into this higher upper class prestigious academy. She just takes no shit. I know I don't really swear, but she just doesn't take it, and she is just iconic. And then we have Sylvia, who is essentially the complete opposite of Lorelai, but in the best way, and they team up to basically try and figure out who this murderer is, while also staying on course of this voyage that they've been put on by the king. Guys, so much happens in this book, and it's not even that big of a book. Also, it's gorgeous. One of the most gorgeous books I own. Another book that I just think you should read it if you love those tropes that I just mentioned. And I also love Alison Sapp's writing. She also wrote Wings of Starlight, which was the Queen Clarion Tinkerbell inspired book. Love her writing style. Think it's great. This was her adult fantasy debut, and I think she smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. Will be picking up more of her work. Yes, ma'am. Oh, don't you just love when you get to talk about books that have been great? Don't you just love it? It just makes me so happy. Next, we have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Now, I have mentioned before that I tried reading this in the November of, okay, not last year, 2025, but the year before. I tried reading it then. I soft DNF'd it. I got a good 3/4 of the way through, and I soft DNF'd it because in my personal life, was struggling. I really couldn't handle the kind of dark gothicness that this book is, but I knew while I was reading it that this was a good book. The writing style, Rachel Gillig is so talented when it comes to writing gothic dark atmosphere. She just knocks it out of the park. Words are so beautiful as well. She is a genius with the magic system she's created, the world she created. Her characters have so much depth. The relationships have so much depth. I knew this was a good book, but with the state that I was in at the time, I just couldn't give it the love that I knew it needed and the attention that it needed. So I soft DNF'd it, literally picked it up a year later, and I devoured it. This is so good. I am one of those people that I'm gonna rant and rave about how good this series is. This duology, okay? This duology is brilliant. You know what? We are just gonna talk about Two Twisted Crowns as well. I read them back to back. So I read the Shepherd King duology back to back, and I loved it. Being able to just binge read a series again, highly recommend. This is the year of binge reading series, okay? I totally understand when people say Two Twisted Crowns is a 5-star read. I don't think I'm going to give this series 5 stars, but it's 4.5, 4.75 territory for sure. The writing is beautiful, like I said. The characters have depth, the character development, the relationships, not just between our romantic characters, but also between our like main protagonist, Elsbeth, and the monster, it's just so well thought out, executed brilliantly. Honestly, I feel like this could have just been one big book. But no, Rachel Gillig wanted to leave us on tender hooks, which she did. The end of One Dark Window, make sure you have Two Twisted Crowns close at hand, because you are just going to want to go straight into it. Trust me. I was so impressed by this duology. I will be picking up, is it The Night and the Moth, which is her new series that she's writing. The Knave and the Moon is being released this year. I have found a new amazing author. I love her. She is great. She is talented. Highly, highly recommend, especially if you like that gothic setting. So what is One Dark Window? I won't talk about Two Twisted Crowns because obviously it's the sequel, but One Dark Window, we follow our main character Elsbeth, and Elsbeth lives in a world called Blunder, and in Blunder there is magic, but it has been forbidden, and the only way you can safely wield magic is through a deck of cards, and they're called Providence cards. Very similar to a deck of tarot cards. Each card has a meaning and has a specific power, and one of these cards is called the Nightmare card. And essentially, in her childhood, Elizabeth stumbles upon a nightmare card, touches it, and the nightmare essentially transports into her head. And we are following Elsbeth in her now early 20s, navigating the fact that she has to hide this secret of having this nightmare living in her head, because she has magic. So if the king finds out she has magic, she will be executed. And alongside this, it's set in a very Regency setting. So you've got balls and courting, things like that. And our main love interest is also the head of their military. They're called destriers, and he is in charge of hunting down people that have magic and executing them. And you can see, their paths cross, their storylines converge, but there's so much to this book. There is so much to this duology. I can't even begin to explain properly. Just please read it. Just read it. Next, we have a chonker, House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. Yes, I finally got round to reading book 3 of the Crescent City series, and I loved it. I loved this book. This is definitely, I would probably say, my favourite book out of the series so far, which really shocks me because a lot of people didn't like this book, but I loved this book. I loved the new point of view that we got in this book. I was so happy with how we still saw the storyline of multiple characters play out. It wasn't just revolving around Bryce and Hunt. I was really concerned that it was going to be just around those two, but it wasn't. We got a very nice equal amount of all of our characters' storylines. I found this book much easier to follow compared to House of Sky and Breath. I was more in this book compared to the House of Sky and Breath book. I was more invested in the story, in the plot, in our characters. I ate it up. I loved it. I had such a fun time. Cannot wait for not only the next book in the Crescent City series, but the next book in the ACOTAR series as well. I'm not going to say anything beyond that, but I am excited for where the Sarah J. Maas verse is going to take us, and I'm so intrigued for the next book in this series. I'm not going to talk about the plot because, like I said, it's the third book in a series, so I don't want to spoil anything, but what I will say is look up the reading order of ACOTAR and Crescent City, and that's all I'll say. And then the last book I have to talk about is a lovely little ditty book, and this is the first book that I've read in 2026, and that is The Full Moon Coffee Shop by Mai Mochizuki. This was just a lovely start to 2026. It is a classic cozy Japanese translation magic realism story about a magic coffee shop where you learn something about yourself. I feel like a lot of cozy Japanese magic realism books, the intention is that you learn something, right, about yourself, about being a human being. This very much follows that narrative, but it brings like astrology into it, which was really fun to read about. And in it there's pictures of like astrological charts. Let me see if I can find one. And I mean, I haven't fact checked this book, but it also really simply explains astrology. Obviously astrology is very complex and complicated, so it goes far beyond what is written in this book, but as a layman in astrology, this book really kind of just lays the foundations and understanding so you can really enjoy what the book is trying to say. We follow a cast of characters that are having kind of struggles in their lives, right? And the cast of characters are also connected. They're not just separate stories, it is one story and the characters are all kind of involved in each other's like storylines, but one way or another each of our characters wind up at the full moon coffee shop, and through their birth charts and talking cats, yeah, they kind of learn about themselves and about how, or like about why they navigate their life the way that they do and why they are the way that they are. And in knowing that, they learn a lot, and they learn about how to maybe tackle certain situations in their lives in a better way. It was just a really beautiful short book. I got through it in like 2 days. It was such a gentle read. If you're a fan of Before the Coffee Gets Cold, I'd recommend it. I actually enjoyed this more than Before the Coffee Gets Cold, so I really want to read. There is another book, yeah, Best Wishes from the Full Moon Coffee Shop, but this is set during Christmas, so I might save that until this Christmas. But if there's anything more from this author that comes out, I might check it out because I really enjoyed it. There's my stack of books. So my lovelies, those are the 13 books that I have read within the last, 6 months, we'll say 6 to 8 months maybe. I have been yapping on for an hour, so I think it is about time I do wrap this video up. But thank you so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books, and if so, what did you think of them? Because I would love to see if our opinions are the same or if they're different. Really interested and intrigued by that. And based off my reactions of these books, if you have any recommendations as well, please let me know. Let me know what you're currently reading. If you made it this far, comment the stack of books emoji, because we have got ourselves a stack of books here. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for being here. Please do leave a comment so I can chat with you. With that being said, I will love you and leave you, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!